Discover and express your life purpose. Today, we are continuing the journey to tuning the strings of our life experience so that we can align ourselves with our magnificence and our unlimited potential. If you haven't caught any of the previous episodes, I invite you to go back and make sure you tune into those. In the first string that we was all about energizing your health and vitality. And of course, in the last episode, we talked about activating your prosperity, your true prosperous nature. And today is all about discovering and expressing your life purpose. There was something magical that was infused to you at your birth, a gift, a talent, an authentic self. That part of your purpose, in addition to learning and growing and transcending life's challenges, right, is to express that purpose into the world, to shine that light, to bring forward that most beautiful, divine part of yourself that is looking to be reflected and shined into the world. And so how do we know when our D string is out of tune? How do we know when that facet of our life isn't working? Well, I'll share from my own experience. So I'm a recovered CEO. I was in the high-tech world for 19 years, bought into a very common model where we, get out of school, we go get a day job, we work our way up the ladder, and the higher we get, the more money we make, and then we're happier, fulfilled, and content, and bells and whistles that we have, and, we end up in Shangri-La. Well, I can tell you that's not the case. And for me, I started getting these little nudges, probably about 5 years before I left, saying, you know what, Mark, there's something more that wants to be expressed. There's something more that wants to be put out into the world. Life is not all about working some job that's stressing you out. And yes, perhaps maybe paying you some good money, but ultimately that's not going to fuel that part of me. And I started to get that. And for me, it kind of hit this place after, almost 19 years in this business where Dr. Lara hit me up in the hallway and she just said, you know what? I don't care how much money you're making. I look in your eyes and you're dead. And as much as I wanted to argue with what she said, I could not argue because she was right. Again, that's another story for another time. But she was right. I had done everything that society said I was supposed to do. But why was I discontent, stressed out, unhealthy, unhappy, and lacked fulfillment in my life? And I couldn't help but feel there was something within me that was wanting to be birthed into the world. So perhaps maybe you're feeling those little gentle nudges that are saying, you know what, come on, there's something more within you that is looking to be expressed, that authentic part of yourself, that soul self that is looking to express that itself into the world. And we get caught up. We get caught up in responsibility. We get caught up in mental activity. We analyze and paralyze ourselves from being able to move forward to stepping into and finding a way to express that purpose with all of its power, with all of its beauty, with all of its authenticity. So it is essential that we honor this facet of who and what we are. If you're feeling that discontent, if you're feeling like you're getting called to something else, you need to listen to those callings and begin to take action in a different sort of way. And perhaps maybe set some intentions to move yourself to expressing your music. That expression is going to take your fulfillment to a whole nother level. That expression is going to powerfully impact the lives of those around you. There's a reason why it was breathed into you at your birth, to bring it forward, to express it, to shine your light. So perhaps maybe you're already doing this. Perhaps maybe you're already expressing that purpose, but yet holding yourself back. And I can completely relate to this because I held myself back dramatically. My master plan was not to do anything with this. Okay? It was not to get into energy healing. It was not to become a harmonizer of disharmonious energy. That was not part of my initial plan when I left the corporate world. But Your purpose gets revealed to you. Your gifts, your talents, your uniqueness comes out and makes itself known if you're willing to listen. Now, many of us know what our purpose is. Many of us have already gotten in touch with this part of ourselves, but are finding ways to keep our light small, or are getting caught up in the conversation. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve. Who am I to share this? All those little stories that show up. We got to let those things go. And I always say, part of stepping into your purpose is a great way to bring to the surface all the stuff that needs to be released, that needs to be let go, those non-supportive beliefs that aren't in alignment with who you really are. Who you are is a magnificent being of light. Who you are is extremely powerful. Who you are has a purpose that has been infused to you, and that purpose matters. And one of your biggest responsibilities, all of our responsibilities, is to find a way to reflect that and to shine that light into the world. You're going to have a hard time opening up to fulfillment. You're going to have a hard time opening up to meaning in your life if you're not true to that authentic self within yourself. So yes, we have responsibility. Yes, we got to pay our bills. Yes, we got to do those different things. But ultimately, you have to find a way to be true to that part of yourself. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean quitting your day job. However, you can. I don't advise you to do that, just speaking from personal experience. But you have to find a way to start expressing that into the world. So maybe myself being a musician, playing music, even though I had a day job. And I did do that to a certain degree. And then I loved helping people and mentoring people and helping people create shifts and breakthroughs in their lives. And I really got, as an executive manager, I got a lot of joy from that as I was bringing that to the people that I worked with. But then I knew that there was something more, and ultimately had to step into that experience to bring that forward and to make a difference in the world. So with that being said, I want you to take a look within, to that most magical space within yourself, and ask yourself, who am I? Why am I here? What am I here to bring forward and to reflect into the world? And see what arises. And ultimately ask the question, how can I begin to express that at a higher level and begin restoring harmony to the D string, which is all, once again, about discovering and expressing your life purpose. So with that being said, I invite you to just take some nice deep breaths. Breathing deeply. With the willingness to take the journey within. To that place where you access all of the answers you need to transform your life, heal your experience, and to that place where you find your true purpose. Take another deep breath. You see, because who you are matters. Take another deep inhale. Now then, more than ever, it is essential for you to be true to that part of yourself. And if you haven't discovered that, I invite you to take those moments to go within and discover that with yourself, with that inner part of yourself. Ask the question, who am I? Why am I here? What is my uniqueness that I'm here to express into the world? What is my light that I'm here to shine? That music that I'm here to share and express through my life expression? Ask that question and see what arises. And if you're already in tune and in alignment with that, and perhaps maybe struggling to bring that forward into the world, or maybe dealing with a lot of fear or reservation and all the different things that can show up as a result of stepping into and committing yourself to expressing this part of yourself, just remind yourself it's here to help you to grow. It's here to help you to release and let go what you need to let go of in order to shine, in order to heal, in order to revitalize, in order to express the truth of who and what you are. You have a purpose. It's time to look within and express that. It's time to look within and amplify that. The world needs to hear your music. The world needs to experience your light, because ultimately that's the catalyst for transformation and change on the planet. So take that in and see what arises for you. Share in the comments what it is that you're stepping into or what's showing up for you as a result. And then, of course, later this week, you'll have an opportunity to tune in a little healing process to even help you dive into that and tap into that truth and that essence for who and what you are for you, for some of that perhaps maybe inner guidance. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please press the subscribe button as we continue in this journey to harmonizing your life, aligning yourself with your magnificence, that ultimately that you can heal your life, expand your awareness, and orchestrate the life of your dreams. So I look forward to continuing the journey with you as together we tune the strings of our life experience so that we truly can play beautiful music throughout every facet of our life. Take care. Have a harmonious day.